That's Simon.
Oh, Simon. Okay. Simon says. What does Simon say?
Hello? You're on now, Simon. I don't know. You muted yourself. Hello?
You can talk, Simon.
Can you hear me?
Yep, we
Yeah,
hear you.
here.
Yeah, I've had these can you hear me? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I've had these I've, conversations. Uh, it seems to be a bit of an echo, but let me pause this where it said I got you in the background.
Oh yeah, that's probably it.
That's why. Yeah. I've had these conversations. I've had a lot of people on my panels and stuff like that, and at some point they were on other people's panels, and they were paying them to sort of like live stream and chip in and do all that sort of stuff. So I kind of know it inside out. So when you was talking about it, I just I wasn't trying to be like an enemy, but I just sort of understood where you're coming from. It's like we were trying to cut corners somehow, but you know I I don't need to do that. So I was just trying to figure out where you were coming from. Like in terms of where what your positioning is in terms of, do you need someone to sort of share the weight, or is it what I don't know. I was just like, oh.
I think the best way to describe Herman's involvement is he doesn't want to commit to a monthly payment plan. For the simple fact is he doesn't know if he's going to be streaming next month.
Yeah.
I
And
never know. I
I
don't know if I'm a
I
streamer
could
tomorrow.
I get that. I'm not streaming for a minute because I got a job. So my job is seasonal. So I literally come online like during the holidays. I can't, like during term time, because I'm working, because I'm a teacher and I'm a lawyer. But
Nice.
so but at the same time you got to just do the math in terms of, is it actually adding value to whatever you're doing? Because when I'm not using it for YouTube in the spaces that I'm using it on, I'm actually using it for my work. So it sort of balances up, but it just depends on. It sounds like you're going full on in terms of, are you trying to create a channel? What are you trying to do? You know, that's what you got to try and figure out. Then you're going to understand what the value is, because that you've always got to pay for something. If you want to get a pair of trainers, you're going to pay for it, right?
Right.
What
To
is
use
your
it.
plan, Herman?
Well, my plan is to eventually come back to YouTube. I don't know right now. I want to grow my channel, but I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. That's the plan. The plan is that there is no plan. I'm taking a break right now, Simon, from YouTube. I did a video and I haven't posted it yet because I have to edit it, but I basically said I'm getting tired of doing the same old shit every day on YouTube. So I don't know. I'm taking a break right now. I do want to grow, but I've see the thing with me, Simon. This is like my third or fourth channel on YouTube that I've had. So like I want to do something with it that's actually worth my time. I don't want to just be online, sit there and like not do anything that's worth anything. But that's me. That's just me. I don't know. But I'm a very complex person. But when it comes to the whole budgeting thing, like I was just teasing Jacob. I know he's not going to charge me any money for it. I can pay the $10 a month, but I have to use StreamYard, for YouTube because I don't have a job that uses StreamYard. So I have to use StreamYard for YouTube only. But Jacob knows that I would pay him if he really wanted me to. I know he's not going to ever demand that though. So that probably didn't make any
You
sense at all.
what do you want to do though? You're saying you want to do something, but then you're saying you don't know how often you can do it. So what do you want to do? Why don't you start with that?
Well, what I want to do is I want to make different types of content on YouTube, but I don't know what type of content I should be making because my channel is not a niche channel. I just basically do whatever I feel like doing. I just do random videos, live streams. I do a lot of Pokemon Go, uh, either live streams or videos, and those were somewhat popular for a while, like for about a month or so on my channel, but I stopped doing them because I thought they were not good. So basically, Simon, I'll just say this right now to answer your question. I suffer from this lack of self-confidence and anxiety. So, and I let that get in the way a lot. Jacob's known me. Jacob, how long have you and I know each other? At least two and a half years, at least.
Yeah, a little over 2 years.
Over 2 years. So, I mean, Jacob knows how he's seen me at my worst with my anxiety here. I just get inside my own head, and that's what gets in the way. So, to answer your question, I want to make just different types of content. I want to host live streams and just talk to people. Talk to people on my live streams, or do vlogs around my city and do nature vlogs, things like that. And I just need to get back to doing it. I just need to take Jacob's advice, because what was it, 3 weeks ago, Jacob, or a week ago or so, you said, just have fun, Herman. Just have fun.
Yeah.
So I think
You need to enjoy whatever it is you're doing. You need to enjoy it.
Yeah, and
you can't think of it. You can't think of it as anything else. But I think your best content is actually your what's it called? Your religious content that you do, and also the stuff talking about your anxiety, the stuff that you know well, is the stuff I think you do the best.
Yeah, I need to get.
Well, it sounds like you just don't want to do it by yourself.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. I guess. Well, the live streams I don't want to do by myself, because I don't have confidence enough to do a live stream by myself. At least a panel, that is, or not a panel, but like a StreamYard one. But I can talk. The thing is, Simon, I'll go back to this yet again. I suffer, like I said, from self-confidence. I think, it has to be all about subscribers and, making money on YouTube. I'm basically thinking about it backward, because when I first restarted my channel, I started this one. Well, when did I restart it? Like back in May? I can't remember when I restarted it, but I was thinking, hey, it's going to be different this time. I'm not going to worry about subscribers. If I get a bunch of subscribers, awesome. So I think I just need to refocus. That's why I'm kind of taking a little bit of a break. I don't know how long the break's going to be. Right now, it might be a while. I don't really know. I don't know when I'll be back live again, or it might be tomorrow. I don't really know. But
yeah, no, I appreciate your honesty, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll tell you something. Like when I first started, I was just a troll. I didn't even have any intention of starting a channel. I was married for 10 years. It's during the pandemic. And basically all the terrestrial TV channels that I used to watch, that used to entertain me, that theater, going out to the cinema, going out into the clubs and all the rest of it, they're all shut down. So all I had was YouTube. So I leaned towards YouTube. So that's what made me sort of get involved in these spaces, because this didn't exist before. StreamYard didn't exist. Right. Zoom didn't exist. We couldn't just hop on and do these screen talks and do all the stuff. Like, I'm speaking from London, right? Speaking to someone in, I don't know, are you in the US?
Yep, I'm in California myself. I am
right.
California.
I've met, as a consequence, over a period of a year, it hasn't even been that long. Like, I've met so many people and had so many discussions. The world's changed to an extent. Fact is if you have something to offer and you feel like you have something to offer, whether you be like just posting videos, or if it's just you doing stream lives, or if you want that panel mentality thing going on, you can do that. But so I think the thing that I've learned from this space is you need to form relationships. So for example, if you were saying to me, yo, Simon, this is what I want to do, I would literally go out of my way. And I found this to happen with other people that I've rocked with. I'd literally go out of my way just to do that for you. Like, if you go to my channel, all my videos are down because I got to do my work. It's not to say I can't pull them back up and I can't do what I need to do. Right. It's like, it's benefit and improvement. And it's like, if you're getting gratification and self-improvement out of it, that's your starting point. There's nothing wrong with that. Because most of the people that you see on YouTube, and I could send you a video about this, that have millions of subscribers and all the rest of it, they've been on YouTube for years, decades even. you know, and who's doing that? You know, that's a hard commitment. So if you pull up a video or something and this is that, and you see like 5 or 10 people in the chat or this that what, that's nothing,
Right.
because it the situation that we're in now, it's so, there's so many people out here with YouTube channels, when the people that started before, it wasn't like that. It's like everyone's on YouTube now for one reason or another. But the people that you see that have the high subscriber rates, they've been on YouTube since. I literally have a video of one of the YouTube, one of the greatest YouTubers, and he started like at like, I think he was like 10 or 15, like, and he was on it like since he was 25, and then he hopped off. But he had like, I don't know, like 10 million odd subscribers or something, and then he hopped off. And you got to see that trajectory in the same time. You see most of these big YouTubers, then either YouTube strips them of their channel or they decide to leave. So it's not here and there all the time. Sometimes you got to find your medium and understand what it is. If you want the experience, what I'd say is partner with somebody that gives you that experience. Like, so if I was to say to you, yo, Herman, this is what you want to do, right? I'm willing to commit like, 10, 15, maybe 20 lives with me and you just chopping it up, regardless of what the subjects are. We can come up with it and just see what happens, see what the audience is, see what day of the week it is. Do you get what I mean? Because that's how people call it's just
Right.
like it's like real life, but aesthetically it's digital. That's all it is. Because if you was going to do anything in your real life, how you going to go about it? Let's say if you want to set up a hot dog stand or something, it's like you need to get partners involved. You need to see how that works. Do you get what I'm
Right.
saying? You need to see what the setup is, what street it's on, and it's the same thing. And
Well,
it doesn't mean
that's how me and Simon started talking recently. We've had a couple deep conversations already, and I believe Simon likes coming over here and getting into some of the I wouldn't know, I wouldn't even call them debates as much as just exploring each other's ideas in just like a long format way, because
what's up, Reckless?
we bounce ideas off of each other all the time. I
What,
actually like
do you
Simon.
actually carry them out though?
What's that?
The ideas.
Yeah, because the ones that I've expressed to you, when I'm being honest, are things I've either done before with my own experience, and then I'm taking in your experience so that I can think of other ways to go about something as well. I wouldn't necessarily take them because I don't do everything that everybody else does, but I can compare and contrast it to my own ideas and what I've done. That's the whole purpose of why I talk to people.
Yeah. Same here. I mean, as I said, like I didn't when I initially got on YouTube and started doing this streaming stuff, content stuff, and all the rest of it, like it was just purely based on the fact that I was going through a certain type of situation. Now that situation is past, I'm like, I don't know. You get what I'm saying? So I've had to retract and have some back thoughts about, do I want to continue doing this? If I'm going to
And
continue doing,
you didn't even talk about this with Herman. You've talked about it with me before, but you have experience with helping people grow their channels too.
yeah. No, I've always backed people. I've always been in the background. I've always, if someone's, I've just done that in real life though, like because in my previous life I was a music producer and a promoter, so it sort of translated. So I'd always go for, in terms of my real life, I used to sort of promote groups like bands, like small bands, and I'd always sort of put them in clubs and get a host to sort of do something, get them on the stage, get the crowd in there, and it only goes to a certain limit and a certain place, and I know my numbers, so my numbers are like 300-400. So if someone's starting a channel and they want to do something, I know my limits. I'm like, yo, I'll get you to 300-400. You could take it from there. You know what I mean? I'll back off after that, or I'll be in a chat or whatever, but I won't sort of interfere too tough, because you see the other people come through, who have bigger channels or whatever. I just see it as the same thing, but it's just a different world we're living in.
Yeah, definitely, Simon. Definitely, I definitely hear what you're saying too, man. And one thing, and Jacob knows this, and it happened on our first episode of our now. Well, it's still a show we do. Well, I call it a show. Jacob, I think, calls it a show, but it's called Just the Two of Us. And Jacob came up with the name, everybody, so don't worry. I'm fully knowledgeable that Jacob came up with the name. But I had some enemies of mine that I've made here online. Through, I won't say no fault of my own, through having friendships, giving up friendships, and they came and attacked me. At least three of them came and attacked me in our first show, and I've kind of been, and I haven't talked to Jacob offline about this, and I don't really mind mentioning this online. I put my whole flipping life online mostly, and I got attacked by these people, rightfully so. They have a right to attack me. That's fine. Everyone has a right to attack everybody, honestly. But these people attacked me. Now, one thing I stupidly did is I put their comments up on the screen like an idiot.
You just give them too much validation in general. Like,
Definitely.
and I've said this to everybody. You give way too many people too much credit. Like, they don't have the right to make fun of you for whatever reason you think they do.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you're your own person. You don't have to address it. Like, you get stuck in the comments sometimes.
Exactly. I also get stuck in the whole fact that everyone
What's going on, Brett?
Hey, Brett, how you doing? Yeah, I also get stuck in the fact that everyone has to like me. This is the flipping internet. Not everyone's gonna like everybody's opinions. Not everyone's gonna, but I can say that outwardly here, Simon. But do I believe it inwardly? Do I believe it with myself? I can say what I want right now and go, hey, who cares what everyone thinks? But then I get live. I hit the go live button. I'm like, oh shit, now what do I do? Oh crap.
I think that's the whole Yo, I worked for an architect for a long while. I think it was like 3-4 years. And what I realized 10 years down the line, not even immediately, is that people think in a certain type of way. So, you could say one thing one day, and you may, in this day and age, sort of think that they're going to have a responsible reaction to what you're talking about immediately. But the fact of the matter is that's not how the human brain works. Like, especially when you have so many different people come from different places, from different countries and different angles, it's like they're not gonna immediately respond the way that you want them to respond. It's not going to happen, and that actually happens on a local scale anyway.
Well, it happens on a local scale, and then when you get big enough, then people will say derogatory things just to get your attention, just to get you to notice them.
Right.
Like, once you get big enough, they're just saying things to try to get under your skin.
Yeah. Right.
Like, just so you'll acknowledge them. They might even appreciate what you're doing, but they'll say something infuriating in order to get
provoke you.
Yeah.
Provoke other people, gratify themselves. So it's like, the thing is like, when you're putting yourself out there, you got to acknowledge all this stuff. And this is what's called media training.
Right.
Like, most of the people on the internet have not had media training. It's like we've self-educated ourselves on what media training is, but we do know that there is an actual other level to this, but we're just going through it. But it depends. As I said, I'm a teacher. I always say this to my students. It really just depends on what you want to do. Once you figure that out, then you start to figure out the types of people you need to be around, types of people you need to talk to, and how your journey is going to go. And that's just the start, And apart from that, don't ever blame yourself about anything.
Right.
Ever. Like, because you're